Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I have another layout. This time it is using the March 2014 Scraptastic kit. This is my first layout using this kit. It took me 36 minutes to complete, and I'm showing you some of the stuff that I'm going to be using and where it's a brand new kit. I have all this embellishments and stickers and pattern paper. And what I did, and this should be right before this video, so it would have been posted, I don't know when this will be posted, but it'll be yesterday from this video. I have a paper selection, and I kind of walk you through what is my thought process when I first sit down with a new kit, because I know a lot of people like it because they have a lot of stuff, but for me, I find overwhelming. I don't know if I'm sort of a scrap person. I love it when I get down to my scraps. The layout seems to come together really quickly because I love to be able to just, take scraps and just build layers with it. But when I have a new kit, I have 20 plus sheets of pattern paper to look at, and where do I start? So last month I did 28 layouts, and not one of them I used a pattern as the background. Now I was kind of thinking it was because with Studio Calico I had always extra pattern paper, but I'm already this is the first layout I completed, but I'm already working on layout 6, and I've come to realize that is not it whatsoever. The last kit, I didn't find there was a lot of pattern papers that I liked to use as a background, because I found I don't like, this is probably the busiest that I like my background to be, this right here. And I really love that because there's not going to be a lot of layers on this layout. I matted my photo in black, and then I use these the polka dots. And at the beginning, if you want to see what the name of the pattern papers are, I kind of show you the brand strips so you can see, because I always forget to look when I'm doing the voiceover. But where there was so many little squares, or it goes in kind of in a circle, different pattern papers, I didn't want to cover any of that. So basically I matted my photo and the dots in sort of coral color. And then that's it. That's going to be the layers for this layout. And like I said, like I realized in this kit, I'm starting my 6th layout, and already 5 of the layouts have pattern as the background. And it's because I love these pattern papers as backgrounds that I used. I used the Amy Tangerine words foam thickers, and the title of this page is going to be Love This Pout. And this is a picture of my middle daughter, and she knew how to use, we called it the lip, and I'm going to put that on one of the chalkboard speech bubbles, and I'm going to use a chalk marker, and I'm going right there, I'm going to use I got these chalk markers, they're from DCWV, and I'm going to write the lip right there. And the thing with chalk markers is when you first write it, it doesn't show, but then as it dries, then it kind of shows up on the layout. I'm also going to use some heart foam thickers that were from that Amy Tangerine. And then one of the stamp sets from this month's kit said Truth or Dare. And basically that's exactly what it was. And not the truth part, but the dare part. It was like, I dare you to say no to me, or to, kind of refuse what I want. So I took out my Stays On white ink, and I have to re-ink it every time I use it. It's always dry. And I'm going to stamp it on the other speech bubble, chalkboard speech bubble. And then once it's dry, I'm going to use my chalkboard marker, and I'm going to color in the dare part. But while it's drying, I'm just going to move on to something else. And there was some Studio Calico, I believe, stars, and I'm going to use them on this layout. And then there was some Amy Tangerine puffy stickers. I'm going to use the camera, and I'm using my EK Success powder tool, and I'm just taking the stickiness away. And I used 3 puffy stickers. I'm going to use the word sweet, and then the camera and the arrow. Anyway, I just want to apologize for my voice. It sounds really raspy. My husband has been sick for a week. I went to visit my grandson yesterday, and he was sick. My mom was sick. Her husband was sick. Everybody at work is sick, and I'm not sick yet, but I'm feeling it. I'm fighting it. So my voice is really raspy. Another thing that I did too was I outlined that pattern paper with a black marker, and the marker is a Staedtler marker. They're called Tri-Plus markers, and I got mine at Staples, but you can also get them at Michael's and get a coupon, like use a coupon. And then the word pout, I use thickers from last month's Scraptastic kit. And if I can do that, if instead of going directly to my stash, if I can use something from a previous month, I will do that so that I feel like I'm using my kits even more. And my goal, and I think I'll be able to do it with the Scraptastic kit, because last month I barely used any of my stash. I had enough stuff in my Scraptastic kit that I didn't have to dig into my stash almost for nothing except for twine and enamel dots. And that's pretty reasonable, you know. And this month, like I said, I'm starting my 6th layout, and I have not used anything from my kit, my stash, except twine and enamel dots. So if that's the case, then hopefully I can stop going and looking online to see what's new and just wait to see what I get from my Scraptastic kits and be happy with that. And I like the variety of papers. My big thing, and I've explained that before, is for me to go to 2Ps or anywhere like that sells single sheets of pattern paper is super expensive for me. The shipping is $25. So for at least with Scraptastic, the shipping is $14, and I get a variety of pattern papers, and then I also get embellishments and all that stuff, so that if I can scrap, and we'll see how many layouts I get this month, but 20 plus layouts, then, you know, I'll just be getting my Scraptastic kits. So now that I feel, with that title, the title is taking so much of the pattern, you know, the real estate. And then, like I said, the background pattern paper is looks very layered, so I didn't have to do much layering. So now I just started with my clusters. I added the chalkboard speech bubbles, and on those speech bubbles now I'm adding my elements. So there was wood veneer butterflies, there's some puffy stickers, and then some twine. And I'm just showing you, I had someone asked me how I do the loop-de-loop, so I kind of slowed it down there and kind of showed you I wrap it around my fingers, then just tuck it in, and then just glue it down. It's really easy, and it does add quite a bit of interest and dimension to the page. And so at every cluster I added a butterfly and a star, and there was a flare that said blah blah blah, and I added that to it too. Now I'm going to cover my photo. I put it in my box that I do my splattering. I'm going to add a couple of Mr. Huey in inky black and then in a pink. And now I'm going to show you some close-ups. And by the way, she's 20 and she still does that pout when she wants something. And so that was one of the stories that came up on our trip to Ontario, that we had 18 hours, because I was mentioning that, you know, her and her boyfriend, they've been going out for 4 months. So the stories were coming out, and we asked him if she uses the lip with him, and he said yes. So I wanted to do a layout about the pout. And so here it is, and I'll probably do the journaling with an envelope on the back. And the page is done. Thanks for watching.